Welcome to the multiplication course. My name is Steve Wyborny, and this is creating the second set of cards. For this activity, you'll need a pencil and 2 blank pieces of paper. Pause the video until you have those supplies ready. Set both pieces in front of you. Make sure the paper is turned sideways like this, not like this. Make sure they are turned like this. In just a moment, I'll show you how to draw the lines on the paper. Here is a tip. For each step, make the lines on both pieces of paper. When you see a line drawn in the video, draw that line on both pieces of paper. Remember that you can pause the video if you need more time to do that. Okay, let's begin. To make it easier to see, I'll zoom in on one piece of paper, but I know you may be drawing lines on both sheets of paper. Start by drawing 2 lines just like this. 1, 2. Of course, they don't have to be perfect, but notice how the lines separate the paper into 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. For the next step, draw a vertical line through the center of the paper, just like this. You can see that the new line breaks the paper into 2 sides, the left side and the right side. For the next step, let's focus on the left side. On the left side, draw 2 more lines like this. 1, 2. You can see how those lines separate the left side into 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. Now let's move to the right side, where we will draw matching lines. On the right side, draw 2 more lines like this. 1, 2. You can see how those lines separate the right side into 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you have completed this process on both papers. Now that you've completed this on both papers, we'll label the papers in a certain order and then cut them apart. Let's begin with the first page. You can see that the cards will look a little different this time. It's time to copy the information that is on the screen onto your first piece of paper. Let's do that now. Pause the video until this page is completed. Now let's move to the second page. It's time to copy this information onto your second piece of paper. Let's do that now. Pause the video until this page is completed. On the first page, you're going to separate these cards. You can cut on the lines or tear on the lines, whichever method works best for you. But you will take all of the cards apart like this. On the second page, you are also going to separate the cards. Again, you can cut on the lines or tear on the lines, whichever works best for you, but you will take all of the cards apart like this. Pause the video until the cards are separated. That brings us to the final step, which is to complete the back of each card. I'll show you how to do that before you begin. Let's start with this example. The card that says 2 times 2 is equal to 4. I'll flip it over, and on the back I'll write 2 times 2, and I'll draw the line, but I won't write the 4. The card that says 3 times 2 is equal to 6, I'll flip over, and on the back I'll write 3 times 2 and draw the line, but I won't write the 6. On the card that says 4 times 2 is equal to 8, I'll flip that card over and write 4 times 2. On the back of this card, I'll write 5 times 2. On the back of this card, I'll write 6 times 2. And on the back of this card, I'll write 7 times 2. When you do this, continue this process for every card, writing on the back of each one. So your final step is to complete the back of all of these cards from page 1, and complete the back of all of these cards from page 2. Pause the video until the cards are completed. When you're finished with the cards, you can put them into a pile to begin looking for powerful learning opportunities. To do that, you'll simply slide the cards all together into a single pile. Then place your labels on the top: Ideas I Know, Not Yet, and Powerful Learning, and begin looking for connections. You've created your second set of cards. Now it's your turn to use them to continue looking for more powerful learning ideas. This is the multiplication course. My name is Steve Wyborny, and this is creating the second set of cards.